Hello, my name is James Dash. I'm the music and music tech teacher here at Huddersfield Community College, and today I'm going to talk about both of those courses combined in the video, both music performance and music technology. With the music performance course, we spend a lot of time studying different styles of popular music, including their history, where they came from, and also the stylistic elements that are inherent to that genre. We look at many different styles of popular music. The one we're going to focus on today is doo-wop, which is from the 1950s. And we're going to look at the stylistic traits of this piece of music, and then bringing the music tech side into it. We're going to learn, whilst we're learning about those stylistic traits, we're going to actually program these into our DAW software, which is Logic. So with the music tech course, a lot of it will be designed to using this software where you'll program, record and create music and be able to come up with something like this short composition, which I'm going to play for you now. Okay, so something that you would be doing on the music tech course would be a bit more substantial and longer than that, but at least give us an idea of what you might be doing on the course. So, just to talk about some of the areas more specific to the music performance course to do with song analysis. We listen to many different styles of popular music, and throughout that study, what we aim towards is for you as individual musicians to be able to form bands with your peers in the classroom and to then be able to play and compose songs within these genres that we study. And as I said, the one we're going to look at today is doo-wop, and there's a number of things we need to think about when studying different genres, because they'll each have their own stylistic traits that define them, and these could be things such as instrumentation, which instruments are playing within that piece of music, the structure of the song. For instance, you might be familiar with the pop song structure: verse, chorus, verse, middle eight, etc. But each genre will have their own song structure that helps to define it. And we also will want to think about, what are the instruments doing? We thought about, okay, what instruments are there, but what do they actually do within the song that help to define it? When looking at doo-wop, as you can see from the slide, instrumentation we might be looking at could be things like vocals, piano, guitar, bass guitar and drums. But what is it that they're doing that helps create that bebop sound? And that's what you folks will be studying and then doing within your bands, as I said, when you're learning or composing songs. And also bring this back to the music tech side, you'll have to think about the style of music that you're sequencing within our software Logic, and be able to do that competently. So let's just have a look at some of the stylistic traits that the instruments do. So vocals, we'll be thinking about them being harmonized, and also things like nonsense lyrics. You might be familiar with terms like shooby-doos, etc. Piano, playing in a very high register, as I could demonstrate for you. So playing very high up on the piano. Also look at things like the bass guitar, the regular guitar and the drums, what they might be doing as well. Okay, let's start to program this song and hopefully start to hear some of those stylistic traits actually happening in real time. So with my Logic project, first thing I want to do is make sure I've got the instruments that I need loaded up on the far left hand side of the screen. So I've got the one that's currently highlighted is my drum kit, which if I start hitting the keys now, we should start to hear some drum sounds actually happening. Okay, so I'm ready to record this now. I've set my correct time signature and my tempo, depending on what speed I want this song to be. I can set up a metronome to help me be able to play in time. And then I want to record. So I'll take some time just to familiarise myself with the tempo and the speed to make sure I'm going to be in time. Okay, so there is my recorded drum piece. I'm going to move on to the next instrument, which will be my bass guitar. So what I want to do is to click onto my bass guitar track, which will now change the sound on my MIDI keyboard to a bass instrument. And I want to think, okay, what will those stylistic traits of my bass guitar, playing the root notes of the chord and playing passing notes between as the chords change. And just like I did with my drum recording, I'm going to record that in over the top. Now, obviously I want to be following the correct chord progression when playing in my piano and same with my bass guitar. So knowing some of the stylistic chord progressions and chords used within the songs are also part of what we might think about when not only perhaps programming this song from a music tech standpoint, but also from analysing it and then rehearsing and learning songs as we would be in music performance. Let's record this piano bit now. Okay, now we've got our basis of the song that we've recorded with our MIDI keyboard. We might not only be using programmed music, we might be recording actual audio over the top, for instance our guitar and especially our vocals. So let's start addressing those two instruments now. Guitar, we want to make sure they're following the chords of the song, but playing in this broken chord sort of manner that's going to give us that classic doo-wop sound. And also with our vocals, in this track we've got two vocalists singing at once, singing in harmony, and they're singing these nonsense lyrics. So really focus on not only what we recorded, the drums, the bass guitar and the piano, but also now what's the guitar doing and the vocals as well. So thinking about music performance, you've got to learn or compose a doo-wop song. You want to make sure it sounds like a doo-wop song. So you're going to want to make sure you understand these stylistic features as best as possible. So guitarists, I'd want to see you playing in a broken chord fashion like this. Singers, I'd want to see you making use of nonsense lyrics and singing in harmony, especially if there's perhaps two of you within a band, which I'll show you by soloing our singers right now.
Shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doo, shoo-be-whoa, shoo-doo, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doo, shoo-be-whoa.
In real life, when you focus on music performance, are composing and learning songs from not only doo-wop but the wide variety of genres that we look at, it'd be a lot longer than that. Especially if you're composing, you'd have to know where might it go next, what else could we add to it. We could add a main vocal line with some actual lyrics going over the top. For that we'd have to think about, okay, what are the lyrics for this style of music, what are the general themes that they tend to be around, and try and compose something that reflects that as we continue to compose our piece of music. So I hope that was not only enjoyable for you, but informative in terms of outlining what we do on both the music and the music tech course, and hope to see you soon.